Hello, this is an absolute gem which I unearthed on GB News. It's about an academic. Oh my goodness, what has happened to academia? An academic called Dr. Helen Adam. This is a misprint here, a typo. That's not D. Helen Adam. I looked her up in other references and she's definitely Doctor. Has also highlighted several other children's books she thinks perpetuate outdated stereotypes. And this is what she has to say. The Very Hungry Caterpillar children's book has been branded outdated and detrimental. Look, I'd say some books printed in earlier years do not show the range of children's behaviour that we might wish to show nowadays. But detrimental, no. And let's face it, if people are going to write books that engage children, then the children will read them. And this is a book that engages children, in which case it is not detrimental, quite the opposite of detrimental. Anyway, it's been branded, The Very Hungry Caterpillar is branded outdated by Dr. Adam. She's a senior childhood researcher from Edith Cowan University School of Education. Edith Cowan University is in Australia, I think. Anyway, it's some Antipodean university. Hang on, let's have a look. I should get this right. Western Australia. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so Dr. Helen Adam is in Western Australia, and she says that The Very Hungry Caterpillar is outdated and detrimental. Now, I don't know how many of you watching this video know about The Very Hungry Caterpillar, so I'm going to read you some of it in a minute and you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll even show you some of the pictures. She says they perpetuate outdated stereotypes, and the caterpillar is very hungry, and this apparently is an outdated stereotype. How long have caterpillars been very hungry? 20 million years maybe. I don't know. When did butterflies first start doing their funky stuff? Just a minute. Butterfly. I know they started as moths actually. Butterflies, and then moths were nighttime flyers, and butterflies developed from moths because they started to fly during the daytime. They obviously found it easier to get food that way. That's just one of those little known facts. Butterflies, evolution, right. Many scientists suggest that butterflies developed during the Cretaceous period because they developed through about the time of the age of flowering plants. About 130, between 65 million to 135 million years ago. So that's about how long caterpillars have been very hungry. But talking about it now, that's a stereotype, apparently. Okay, Dr. Adam said, purely and simply, there's nothing pure and simple about this. This research shows there's a lack of representative of boys and girls in non-traditional gender roles. It's a caterpillar. This can contribute to children from these families and backgrounds feeling excluded or marginalised. Marginalised, good word. You use that for anything, don't you? She added that characters were usually told from a white male perspective. It's a caterpillar. Just a minute, my dog is whining. Hang on. Little boy, are you coming in here? Little boy, little boy, you wanted to bring me a teddy. He was outside the door holding this and whining because he wanted to give it to me. Oh, all right. Okay, little boy. Now, writing in her study, she said, the majority of the books shared by educators in this study promoted traditional, binary and stereotypical viewpoints of gender and gender roles. It's a caterpillar. Hang on. Sorry about that. Although books are becoming more diverse with an increased balance between leading female and male characters, many of the roles played by these characters still reflect only traditional gender roles and expectations. It's a caterpillar. This makes it challenging for adults when choosing empowering books to share with children. It's a bloody caterpillar, you absolute dolt. Anyway, look, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to read you The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and then I'm going to read my possibility for improving it. Now, the chap who wrote Eric Carle, who wrote The Very Hungry Caterpillar, people have been reading his book for 50 years, so I may make a bundle of money on my revamp of the story, mightn't I? Okay, so if you don't know The Very Hungry Caterpillar, here's a treat for you. It's a book that teaches children about the days of the week and some counting, and also about the possibility for improvement. You know, how you start off as an icky caterpillar, which children are often afraid of, and then you turn into this beautiful butterfly. So, if you don't know about The Very Hungry Caterpillar, I'm going to be missing out some of the pages because I'm concerned that I may be caught for copyright. So I'm not giving you the whole of the book. I've edited some out so that I can't be accused of reproducing the book. Okay, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. I want you to know that the book is usually printed with holes in it where the caterpillar had eaten its way through, and children can stick their fingers through the holes and emulate the caterpillar that way. And altogether, it's a very engaging book. It teaches children about reading, about pictures, about engaging, actually immersing themselves in a book. It teaches them about days of the week and about counting. And this so-called expert, what's her name, Helen Adam, thinks it needs ditching. Okay, right. So he started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries. 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. He started to look for some food. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomachache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now, he wasn't hungry anymore. And he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon. Actually, moths build cocoons. Butterflies build something called a chrysalis. So that's a huge mistake, and definitely the book should be cancelled because of that. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. And that's the story. Now, for all of you social justice warriors who understand that the world has to change, here are my suggestions for updating it. Prepare yourself. All those of you who love literature, sit down, pour yourself a brandy. Okay. By the light of a burning car, a little social justice warrior lay on a looted Walmart mattress. Then, one Sunday morning, a policeman walked by and pop! The social justice warrior got up and, being very angry, Xi started to look for something to trash. On Monday, Xi broke into a McDonald's, broke all the furniture and ate a stack of burgers. But Xi was still angry. On Tuesday, Xi broke into a fried chicken joint and ate a bucket of wings before emptying all the drinks on the floor. But Xi was still angry. On Wednesday, Xi broke into a neighbourhood shop owned by a terrified Asian family and ate all their chocolate bars and packaged cakes before pulling over all the display cases and smashing the refrigerator. But Xi was still angry. On Thursday, Xi broke into the supermarket and ate all the salads before throwing out all the meat because meat is murder, smashing the wine bottles and pouring oil over everything else. But Xi was still angry. On Friday, Xi broke into a bike shop, but there was no food in there, so Xi just smashed everything up before setting fire to the place, much to the heartbreak of the owner who'd spent the past 30 years building up the business. But Xi was still angry. So, on Saturday, Xi sat down in the road, raided a grocery van which was taking food to people on the other side of town, and then Xi carried on sitting and blocking all the other traffic. Mostly because Xi wasn't a little social justice warrior anymore, but Xi was a great, big, fat social justice warrior. And Xi felt much better and wasn't angry anymore. Xi lay down in the road wrapped in a sleeping bag and stayed there for several hours until the woman in the stuck ambulance finally died. Then Xi got up and waddled off, happy in the week's work and with a sense of real achievement in all the effort Xi had put in to improve society. Now, children, wasn't that a better story? And far more relevant. Okay, well, you can thank me for that. I am Grannyopteryx. I am to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I am at Grannyopteryx on Twitter, Gab and Parler, and I always upload information about my latest videos on those platforms because YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you very frequently don't get the notifications. Okay, please like this video, share it, contribute to the channel if you can, and just check your subscription anyway, sometimes that works. Until next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Grannyopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.grannyopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.